You've brought a bit of a revolution to mibr since you joined. What do you think as a coach that you brought to the team that wasn't there before?
I think it was mostly like putting a set schedule, like in terms of practice, in terms of how we approach practice, how we practice. You know, sometimes teams just come, they play 3 maps or 6 maps a day, and that's it. No, which maps are we going to play? Which maps do we need? What do we need to improve on these maps? Do we need new strategies? Do we need stronger defaults? Do we need more setups as CT, more moves to make? So it was mostly about that. Then we would practice it, review like what was going on, what's good, what's not good, and that way we came up with a sort of a game where, okay, we know what are our things we like to do, we know what we can fall back on in difficult situations if our individual game isn't very strong, and discipline in terms of when are we meeting, people being on time, respecting each other. And I think it wasn't me forcing it on people. They welcomed that. They wanted to work really hard, and that made my job easy in a way that we could mostly focus just on CS and not any, technicalities really around it.
Yeah, about that, how has your presence affected Fallen specifically? Because he has been playing much better lately, and he himself has stated that he has felt something of a relief since you've joined and dropping some of the responsibilities that were his prior to that.
Yeah, I think for him it's been great because he has someone who at all times he can discuss some of his ideas, or, I've also, Fallen is incredible as an English. I couldn't believe, the things he sees on the fly, how he almost knows exactly where the opponents are, like mid-round situations. But I've seen a lot of Counter-Strike over the last 3 years, and you just see some situations repeat themselves, so I can do a good amount of helping him, like when it's freeze time and 5v5, based off what their buy is and what our buy is. This is going to work more often than not, and how to sometimes change the pace and when to go for different plays. So I think we've had a great dynamic so far with both kind of learning off of each other a little bit, and that's what makes him so comfortable. For me, it's just about doing the preparation really well so that he has a lot of options coming into the game, right? And then he's very good at picking those at different times and working around it. So I think it's been great, and it's one of the big factors while the team is back being, at the top making playoffs.
So overall for you, moving from the analyst desk to the coaching booth has been all fine?
Yeah, it's been great. I'm loving it. I'm loving the fact that I'm competing again. It's been more stressful. It's hard at times. Because as an analyst, you're there for yourself. No one's affecting you. You do your own job, and that's it. As a coach, you do your job and everything, but the players are playing in the end. Like, it's not up to you. And as an analyst, it's all up to you what you do. As a coach, the end, it's like kind of up to the players. So I feel like I can contribute a lot, and that's why I'm trying to find the balance between sometimes doing too much and just letting them play their own game and have their own flow.
How have you looked at the major so far? Is the top 4 finish going to be satisfying for you at the end, or do you want more since you got there already?
No, for us, I said this like when I joined the team, every tournament we attend, we're going for the win. I think the talent and the skill on these players, on the roster, doesn't allow us to aim for anything less than that. Are there teams now that are more practiced and in better form than us? Sure, but that doesn't mean on a given day when we play really well that we cannot beat them. So I think it's going to be difficult, but that's our goal. That's the only thing we're working towards, with the aim to win the major, win the whole thing.
How close are we to seeing the best version of mibr?
I think we're still some distance. I would say maybe we're at between 70 and 80%, because initially with our practice, the focus was just on getting everyone comfortable. Tarek was with the team for 5 days of practice before I joined, and they played E-League, right? So it was about really making it clear for him how the team likes to play, how they like to call, how they like to play some situations, making sure Fallen is confident again. And then once we achieved that, we've achieved that now, and then I believe after the major and Blast, and in October there's not that many tournaments for us, and that's where I can really add the details, the finesse that I think I can bring to the team, and maybe enforce some of the changes that I didn't want to do because I didn't want to put people out of their comfort zone with so many tournaments for us to play.